Hello everyone, we are here with the Red Rocket today for another parts and planning update. And as you can see, I've got the original front metal piece back on because I had to see it on to see if it would work, and I do think it's going to work perfectly. Let's go sit in the driver's seat and see how things are looking. Alright, well I am sitting roughly where driver's seat is going to be, and pedals are going to be tight for sure, but we should have plenty of room for the brake pedal right there and the throttle pedal right next to it. So pedals are going to be really close together, and I may have to shave the corner on the throttle pedal so it'll actually clear the metal right there. But it's looking good, and if you can see the frame in between there, right there, that's about center of where I want the steering column. So the steering column is going to be about right here, centered, and then the brake pedal and then gas pedal. And this area right here, I can take off this original top piece right here, weld on another piece that's perfectly to the inside, because it's actually a lip right here. Weld on a piece that's perfect to the inside of here, and I can use this top piece for my gauges. It can be, gauges are not going to be very big, so I'm going to have to find a small speedometer gauge and everything else, but everything should fit right there. And I think that's it for this area. I did get some bolts so I can hold some stuff together. And I will be doing something about these gaps right here. Originally there was a piece that went over here that actually attached to right here, and I'm obviously not using that, so I'm going to be doing something about those gaps to get it all closed, to have a completely sealed firewall. Along with over here, I'm going to try to figure out something to do right there, but that's going to outside, so I may just put silicone on that. But yeah, and these right here will be functional. They're a little bent right now. I need to work on them to get them straight, but I will have these functional, so that'll be cool. Now on to the transmissions. That got one of them right there. Let's go over to that transmission. Alright, this is a short tail shaft, big block 727. It's actually what came off of the 440 right here that came out of the 73 Winnebago. Originally, I was wanting to use a short tail shaft transmission because I didn't think I was going to have the room for a long tail shaft, and I was also considering using a parking brake assembly on the back. That's why I got the 727 that's in the back of the Cushman right now. That's why I got that transmission, because it had the parking brake assembly still on the back of it. So with plans changing, hang on, there you go. Plans have changed on the transmission I'm using, so after doing measuring, I do have the room to run a traditional Link 727. There you go. I do have the room to run a traditional Link 727, so which I actually have one underneath my bench in my storage building. It just needs a valve body. I've rebuilt it, but it's got the 3-gear planetaries. So I'm pretty sure at least one of these two transmissions is going to have 4-gear planetaries and the heavy-duty internals. So my idea is to pull these internals out. I got a couple of Home Depot buckets that I can put them in until I actually use them. But pulling out these internals out here, inspecting them. This one I know still moved when it was hooked up to the 440. It still turned the tail shaft, so everything's still good with that. And pulling out the guts, inspecting the planetaries. Should be 4-gear planetaries, and if it is, I'll just transfer all the internals out of one of these two transmissions into that other one that's underneath my bench. So it will also have the 4-gear planetaries. Traditional is it's the standard 727 is just a 3-gear planetary, which honestly would work just fine. But if I can put if I can put 4-gear heavy duty planetaries in, I definitely want to do that. I will be changing seals and stuff that I need to on these other two parts before these other two internals before I put them in. But I will be getting to that today, taking these apart, inspecting them. We'll have a video on that. That'll be the next video coming out next week. And yeah, I was a little worried about this one. Because it's been on my bench for a while and basically uncovered with only this top piece right here covered up, so rain wouldn't get in. But I drained the fluid yesterday. It kind of rained a little bit. I'm glad I put this box on top. I drained the fluid and I didn't see any water. So fingers crossed that this doesn't have any major water damage on the inside. That would be very cool. Then taking apart that one over there too, that will give me, fingers crossed, 2 sets of 4-gear planetaries that I can use in a 727. So that would be very nice. But I think that's going to be it for the parts and planning update. That covers the transmissions, the firewall situation, initial ideas on where I can put my gauges and pedals. So I think that'll about do it for this video. So if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.